What's going on, everyone? This is Damien from Lore Seekers and welcome to the 5,000th new set cards video that you have seen today. But hey, it's new cards, it's kinda mandatory to do this. So let's talk about some crazy new cards and crazy mechanics. Because you know me, I love experimenting with things and figuring out like weird stuff. So let's just go and take a look at it. Roll the video. As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So we have some new cards, a lot of them, but we're not gonna go over all of them in this video. I just picked a couple of ones which I think are pretty cool and can lead to supporting some weird decks. So there's lots of exciting, powerful cards from set 6, the Azurite Sea. We'll be taking a look at some of the better ones, so it's better ones plus weird ones, and then we'll just wrap it up with a summary, which I'll probably skip. Let's go! Let's start with one of the most talked about cards, the new Yzma. Okay, so 4 cost 3/3, Amethyst, feel the power. You exert her, and if you have 3 or less cards in hand, if you have less than 3 in hand, you draw until you have 3. On paper, this is insanely strong. This is really strong. However, realistically, you'll get her effect once and that's it. But even once is good. She's just a 3/3, it's super easy to remove her, so most of the time you'll just exert her once, draw cards, and then she'll just get banished. This is still great in a deck like Jafar, and in one of the decks that I will be showing you next week, which I'll talk about a bit in this video, the Infinite Combo Self-Build deck. Yeah, there is an Infinite Combo Self-Build deck, but that one requires that you're able to draw through your deck. And in Lorcana, it's complicated. It's difficult. So this card helps out a lot, and I expect that this one will see play at least 1 or 2 copies in various decks going forward into set 6. Before we continue, quickly, I just want to apologize if I sound weird. I am sick, so I'm trying to get better for work on Friday. So anyways, this one, it's meal support. It's not the best, but it is meal support. Mad Hatter's Teapot, 2 cost inkable. The ability is called No Room. You exert it and you pay 1, and then each opponent mills 1, puts 1 card from the top of their deck into their discard. It's always great when mill gets some love. Mill is not the best strategy in Lorcana. It doesn't have enough tools. However, the idea is basically that there are versions, and they're either Emerald Steel or Jafar, but neither of them can really mill 60 cards super fast. So while this isn't the most explosive card, pay 1 to mill 1 in a turn where you don't have anything else to do is pretty amazing. So at the moment, I can only sit in some niche mill deck attempts. However, any mill love is good love. Moving to Emerald, we have Go Tomago. It's the best Emerald card that was revealed today. So it's a 2 cost 2/2, evasive. Ability Stop Winding Woman Up. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to gain lore equal to the damage on chosen opposing character. So, Emerald Steel has been more damage focused now. It's been struggling maintaining that hand destruction identity after Bucky was gone, but this character damage strategy didn't have a big payoff besides Robin Hood, and it lacked this burst of lore out of nowhere. And this card is the payoff that it needed. Realistically, it's pay 4, gain 3 lore. I don't believe that you're ever gonna pay 4 to gain 2 lore with her if opposing character has like 2 damage or 1 damage, unless you're doing this to close the game. Because pay 2 for 2 can still work. It's like gathering knowledge and wisdom, but it's on a body which has evasive. That's pretty neat. Actually, you're not paying 2, I'm sorry, you're paying 4. You're never gonna pay 4 to gain 2. That's insane. While it won't win you games, it's good to get you 2 or 3 lore fast. And sometimes it can just flat out win you the game. Sometimes you might be on 17 lore and you just play this and you gain a burst of free lore and you win the game. We have even more meal support, this time in green. So there is an Emerald Steel meal deck and it just got this stitch. So 4 cost uninkable, 3/4 shift for free, 2 lore, quest for 2, that's cool, and the ability is ready for action. When you play this character, if you used shift to play him, you may put an action card from your discard to the top of your deck. So it's similar to Lady Tremaine or Do It Again, I think that's the name, where you just you add an action card to your hand. However, this time you put it on the top of your deck, and in this deck you are aiming to get a whole new world, so that you can just sing it and force your opponent to draw even more. However, there is a problem. You don't have good shift targets. And the only good shift, not targets, setups, the only good one, the one that you absolutely must run, is Morph. Now, some builds run Morph anyway, because some builds run Mother Gothel, and Morph is just like an additional card to shift upon. If you're gonna play Stitch, you must run Morph. There's no other way to do it. Because the Steel Stitch is 4, I believe. It's a 4 cost, so at that point you might as well just pay 4. But then you're not getting the effect. So yeah, it's a bit clunky, but it is good meal support. Moving to Ember, this is the card that I'm actually most excited for. Now you might be thinking, Damien, you're crazy. But there is a very crazy reason why. So Dale, 4 cost inkable, 3/4 quests for 1, and the ability is Nuts About Pranks. When you play this character, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard to give chosen character -3 strength until the start of your next turn. Objectively, this isn't good. Like, this isn't good at all. This is awful. However, there is one niche deck that we'll talk about next week, and that is the Infinite Combo Self-Mill deck. I've already mentioned it when I talked about Yzma. The deck is Amethyst Ember. So the idea is you're still struggling to mill yourself. But here, this is a pay for a free 4 body, which mills you for free, which is great. That's what you want to do. You want to hit 0 cards in your deck. And it can quest for 1, and it can give -3 strength to something. So that's pretty good, because the biggest issue that the deck faces is actually milling yourself, and this card helps out a lot. Then moving on to Sapphire, and the last color that we'll be taking a look at, we have Baymax. Okay, so Big Hero 6. Never saw the movie, but I know where the characters are from, thanks Reddit. So 5 cost, 2/6, quests for 2, and the ability is the treatment is working. When you play this character, and whenever he quests, you may remove up to 2 damage counters from a chosen character of yours. Gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. So it's more weird combo deck support. It's like mini weaker Grand Pebby. Grand Pebby is cool. They've been trying to make this one work forever. However, it has the same issue that Baymax runs into, at least if you're looking to win through healing, is that it doesn't solve the issue that the deck has, the deck doesn't have a way to mass damage your own cards. And that's the issue here. But it makes the deck a little bit better. If this deck had a way to self-damage a bunch of cards on your board, it would have been amazing. However, in isolation, the idea is Grand Pebby is amazing, but you're probably not gonna run it anywhere outside of the weird combo deck. Baymax is a pretty decent generic card. It's a pretty decent generic card, so I like it. I like it a lot. last but not the least, we have Inventors. Yes, Inventors got new support. This is great for all of you who play budget decks, because a lot of Inventors are tied to items. So budget item combo decks are even better now. We're gonna go over them later. I'm considering maybe waiting a bit to see a couple of more cards from this set. I don't know what's the reveal schedule, but we will see, hopefully soon. So we have Hero. Free cost, inkable 0 free, you pay 2 and you exert him, you search your deck for an item or a robot, and you put the card to the top of your deck. You have Baymax, who costs 1 less, if you have an Inventor. The big one is Gadget. Shift 4, 6 cost, free 6, so Medusa hits it, but still. The quest for free and the ability is mechanically savvy. While you have 3 or more items in play, you pay 1 less to play Inventor characters. Now, I'm not sure at this point in time is there an Inventor that costs 0 with this ability, but there might be one. And we have Wasabi. Wasabi is pretty cool. So far, we've seen the new Inventor cards in Sapphire and Emerald, in those 2 color combinations. It might be the new direction for the color combination. I hope it is, because Sapphire Emerald doesn't have anything outside of Muse's song, and it would be pretty cool to see some big payoffs for the color combination. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, which new cards are you most excited for? I'm most excited for the Ale. Yeah, you know, I am crazy, but weird niche self-mill infinite combo decks gets marginally better because they'll exist, and I'm super happy to experiment with it. I cannot wait to show it to you next week. Anyway, let me know which new cards are you most excited for. I read all of your comments, I try to respond to everything, I love our little community, and while you're here, please share the video around, hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us get to 500 subs, we're pretty close. And then we're gonna have a giveaway. This has been Damien from Lore Seekers, and I'll see all of you in the next video.